all my people. And if you're watching live, checking us out on YouTube, or listening on your favorite podcast provider, you are most definitely my people. Welcome to another episode of Botched Spots and Share Shots. I am still your host, a chef by trade and a mark by choice. I am the Will Gray, and joining me tonight, we have the panel of panels. First and foremost, making his Botched Spots and Share Shots debut, TikTok creator extraordinaire. It's our boy Alex with Wrestling and Coffee. Alex, how are you?
Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for having me. I'm good.
I'm excited to have you here. This is a good first episode. I always feel like an anything goes is the good way to figure it out, because sometimes shit can get kind of weird. What's up, Doug? What's up off the top? Scows hits us with a subscription right off the bat. That's always appreciated. Nicole's here. Al, you have to be here. So what's up, Dad Hat? We were just talking about you. We were talking about our fantasy warfare. So Alex, I'm glad you're here.
Hey,
also making his Botched Spots and Share Shots return is a brother from the World Championship Wreckage podcast. It's the Americream Dream. It's the one Husky Rhodes. Husky, what's up, brother?
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Pleasure to be here.
Husky.
I'm glad you're here.
What's with the name?
Oh, I don't know. I had a wild hair up my ass, so I decided to change it.
Huskus McChungus.
Your friendly neighborhood sad boy.
Hey, everybody needs a sad white friend. Everybody.
I will be your
sad white friend.
I will be your.
That's why me and Will have Tommy.
Yeah, that's exactly what we have, Tommy.
Oh no! Oh no!
I'm sorry. I love you, Tommy.
But importantly, I won't say most importantly because I love you all equally, but importantly, making his Botched Spots and Share Shots return is the Devon to my Bubba Ray. He is my podcasting brother from Smacked Raw. Get the tables. You know, Mr. 8984's back. RN, how's the dog life treating you? How's Route 4 Kennels, brother?
It is challenging, and sometimes I want to punch myself in the face for trying to do a dog business, but it is what it is. It's a family business, and it's going really well. We got a couple litters on the ground now, so definitely don't hesitate to reach out. Route 4 on Instagram, Facebook, all the places. You know what it is.
They're the freaking cutest dogs in the whole
What kind of
world.
dogs?
French Bulldogs, American Bullies, and Toy Poodles.
And eventually monkeys.
And eventually
Fucking monkeys!
He's going to get fucking monkeys. That might be the
Bullshit,
long.
bro.
That is
That might
the
be the-
end all of all of this, is for us to have monkeys.
I will be your number one customer.
That's crazy.
Nicole says she loves
Alright,
dogs.
never sell me a monkey, dude.
I want one.
My goal is
I
to
will
have
teach
like
you how to roll.
none of my peoples will. I'll never have a girl that'll let me name my kid after me, like Aaron Jr. So I'm just gonna have a monkey named AJ, and then we're gonna have matching outfits and shit. That's my goal in all this.
I will throw into that Kickstarter to get you
I'm
a
down
little
for
baby
it.
RN.
I'm down for this GoFundMe right now.
100%. We're going to start a GoFundMe to get RN a pair of monkeys that are breedable so we can get his dream started.
Oh,
Perched.
The childhood dream has come true.
The boyhood dream has come true. He's graduated from breeding dogs to breeding
Yeah.
monkeys.
Oh my god.
And she's perched upon her iron throne per Bo's request. She's the Beyonce to my Hova, the Bonnie to my Clyde. She's the brains behind Rivet City Radio. She's the boss bitch, Al. Al, how's your Sunday?
it's good. We've had a nice chill, fun weekend. So it's been pretty good.
Good weekend.
Shout out to
All
the
right.
boss bitch for all the awesome birthday edits she did for me and my daughter for her birthday. She did us
Big round of applause.
yeah. She did us a Last of Us on that second day. And for all you girl dads out there, Bella and the Bulldogs, she flipped it for us and made it Ava and the French Bulldogs. So we're good.
That's dope.
Nice.
Let's go.
Nice.
All right. I have to appease the algorithmic gods, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're watching on YouTube, click the follow button, click the subscribe button, leave a comment. If you're watching on twitch.com/Rivet City Radio, click the follow button, click the subscribe button. If you're listening on your favorite podcast, we are your top 100 ranked Botched Spots and Chair Shots on Apple and Spotify. So continue to like, follow, subscribe, all of those things. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show going. I ask it every week. Let's get it hard. What?
Usually you skip Al. This week you skip me.
Holy shit, you're right. I did skip you. This is what happens when there's so many people. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the co-host of Nerdy News at 420. He is the co-host of the Wolfpack Podcast and Boyfriend Time. He is everybody's favorite Ginger Ninja. It's our boy,
But
Jax.
Will's.
Everybody
Apparently I'm not Will's
but
favorite
Will's.
Ginger Ninja. Allison, I'm so sorry. That hurts, actually. That hurts.
Do you guys
I'm
want to
okay.
take turns doing this? You guys want to take turns? Y'all going to do the intro next week?
No, absolutely.
All right.
No, 'cause I can't talk as fast as you.
And you forgot AJ.
AJ, the unofficial but official executive producer. Man, I'm just forgetting everybody. This is my first day on the job. I've never actually even done this show before. Guys, icebreaker. Let's talk about it. What has you pissed off for greatness this week? Now that the show's back on the rails, I've introduced this gaggle of personas. What has y'all the most worked up? Good, bad, indifferent. It could be gear, somebody's hair, a finish, a match, an entire fucking pay-per-view. What has you pissed off for greatness this week in pro wrestling?
For me, it's the tribalism. Like I'm attacking everybody on all fronts. Anybody 100% pro WWE, I'm at your ass. Anybody pro AEW, I'm at your neck. And I've been just arguing with people all day and night this whole week, attacking everybody. Like, you don't have to pick a side. You can like it all. Your life would be a lot better if you liked it all. You wouldn't have so much negative energy on your timeline if you liked it all. So watch both of them, enjoy both of them. You can have a different reason why you enjoy both of them. You can watch WWE for the stories. You can watch AEW for the matches. That's it. You don't have to complain about it. You don't have to fight and want to argue with motherfuckers you don't know with some dude in his grandma's basement and shit. Like, you don't have to do that. Like it all.
Exactly.
Facts. I say it all the time. It's my thing. One of my many catchphrases on TikTok. Don't yuck any yums.
Mhm.
Like, just because somebody likes something you don't like doesn't make them wrong. Different doesn't mean wrong in 2024. Like, just simply put, it's fine. There's no reason to be disgruntled about it. AJ, I'm going to do yours in just a second. You're pissed off for greatness. That's why I haven't brought it up yet, because I was saving it. Husky, Al, Alex, Bo. Who's next?
There is this. I won't say his name because I'm not going to give him any credit. But there is this douche canoe on TikTok that he like showed the video of like Samantha Irvin crying when Cody won, and said that like sensitivity has no place in wrestling and blah 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 blah. Fuck that guy.
Yep.
TikTok has gone after him pretty fucking hard, but like, women belong in wrestling. Like, get the fuck over it.
Yep.
Get your balls out of your butthole. Like, women belong in wrestling.
That's an anatomical question.
They're not a side. Women are not a sideshow. They're not just, valets. Women belong in that ring on the mic. If you don't like it, just go away. Like, nobody cares about
The
you.
thing about that dude with me is like, she's not a fucking wrestler. She's a fucking ring announcer. What do you mean? Like,
and she's the better ring announcer over Justin Roberts all day long.
Yeah.
she's
And
the
I'm an
better ring
AEW
announcer over
fan.
everybody.
She's top 5 already.
Yep.
Yeah.
Arguably Mount Rushmore contention.
Yep.
I
100%.
was once told, ironically, by another female creator who will remain nameless, but I was told that my feminism had no place in pro wrestling. For one, you're wrong. You're still wrong. You'll always be wrong. Yeah. Women belong in wrestling all over that business.
It's not even feminism. It's like wrestling is like so fucking like divisive. Like, it's like the only like genre where like everyone's trying to exclude someone else. Like nobody would be like at a fucking Mission Impossible movie and like see a girl crying because Tom Cruise got hurt or some shit. But like, there's no place for that here. Like it doesn't. Like wrestling is its own fucking warped fucking reality that it does not exist in the real world concept of things. Like I just the racism, the sexism, the homophobia, like all of it. Like it's like every bad part of every other like subculture genre, Star Wars comics, all of that. All their bad shit gets flushed down the toilet and brought right into wrestling as a second thing.
Like common sense does not exist here.
No,
Nah.
Like at all.
Never.
I can't even follow you up, Al. You're so well spoken. I usually have a witty quip to follow everybody up, but not tonight. You just
nothing.
Yeah, nothing for you.
Slam dunk.
Don't be a douche canoe.
Don't be a douche canoe. Long
There
story
you go.
short,
Can we make that a shirt?
Well. I'm literally feeling that.
we 1000% are going to make a "Don't be a douche canoe" shirt.
Please
I think that leaves Husky, Bo, and Alex.
I am happy about something.
What's going on? What are you happy about?
I am happy that the Bullet Club Gold is finally getting the recognition they deserve. If you did not notice, Wednesday night on the Dynamite, we have new 6-man tag team championship belts. They have finally changed the design. That was the last design from the Sinclair Ring of Honor, and it is now forever gone. It is somewhat sad because I own a replica of that belt. But
Wow.
Snipey Snipe says no one noticed because no one watches.
well,
Snipey being snippy.
I watch it for the matches because I don't know if there's actually a story going on. But when it comes to Ring of Honor, I've been there since 2002. So
You're a roadie.
I notice the small things that Ring of Honor does. Like Mark's new belt is an homage to Jay's.
Oh,
It's the same plates, but the strap is gray camo. It's
The gray and white camo. Oh, it's a gorgeous belt.
Oh, beautiful.
They did a little bit of silver on the strap, so it really makes the plates pop. Really cool.
I love
well
that.
deserved.
All right.
We kind of talked about the Ring of Honor stuff on Rewind when he was on with this, and like how they did Jonathan Gresham.
We agree on that one though. Me and you agree on that one.
It's just hard for me to get behind Ring of Honor. Like that shit just left such a
that
terribly
was dirty.
bad taste in my mouth. Like and I
was
love Ring
dirty.
of Honor. That was like one of the ones that kind of got me to stay in wrestling back in the day. Like in high school, like I'm probably the only one here that never stopped watching wrestling, and I'm 40. But that was one of the promotions that got me to stay watching it and not give up on it. And yeah, just how they did Gresham, how he carried the company for 2+ years, defending that belt everywhere, and like how Tony and them did him. Like I don't know, like it's just left a bad taste in my mouth. So it's hard for me to get behind Ring of Honor.
Me and Al saw him work, and we were one of the people that were in on the fact that he just up and stopped carrying that Ring of Honor world title belt before they released the way they did the tapings, and they were taking the belt off of him, because we literally saw him work at like it may not have been these two events, but it was like Flair's last match, and then we saw him at another set of tapings like a week later, and he didn't have the Ring of Honor title anymore, and we were like, "What the fuck's weird?" Like, yeah, why does he not have that belt anymore? He was literally just wearing. So I 1000% agree that they did not handle that transition well at all when the company took over. I'm going to read one from the chat while Alex and Husky figure theirs out. AJ says, my pissed off for greatness is that everybody is talking about how Cody ended Roman's streak, but nobody is talking about Sammy ending Gunther's.
Story.
Do you think Sammy beating Gunther's over 600-day reign is equally as big as Cody beating Roman because of both of the lengthy title reigns, both setting records, all of it that went into it?
No.
Because at the end of the day, the storyline going into that match,
yeah,
I felt was more attached to Gable and Sammy
Right.
Yeah.
than it. Gunther was just, and honestly, it's. I feel like it's bullshit because now they're going to kick off a feud between Sammy and Gable, and I hope that Gable comes out on top. But if that was your plan to make Sammy almost a transitional Intercontinental Champion, was bullshit. You should have gave Gable his moment at Mania.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%.
100%.
Sammy Gunther connection. He won a gauntlet match or whatever to get the match.
Right.
Like it wasn't really had the story behind it that Cody and Roman and The Rock going into 2 nights of this. I just think when Cody pinned Roman at that moment, it outshined a lot of things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The whole month of wrestling, not just that week. That was the whole month of wrestling.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
okay, we talk about Cody ending Roman's streak. We barely brushed on the fact that Damian Priest pulled the Ultimate Heist 2.0 at WrestleMania.
Right.
Or Rhea goes on to her starting her second year as a world champion. Like Cody pinning Roman pretty much eliminated everything in a lot of people's eyes.
Well, the main thing with the IC title is that Gunther elevated the title. So once the title's no longer on Gunther, it goes back to being what it was beforehand. And that's why it's not a big deal. We keep forgetting, what was he? Sammy had the belt, lost it to Ricochet too. So like Sammy didn't do anything his time that he had with the Intercontinental title. So like
this is his third reign.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, to me, Gunther is on. He's probably going to be pushed on the bigger and better things, which he should. But
He'll be world
like I said, it
heavyweight
just
champion
goes
by the end
back
of the
to him making the title, not the other way around.
Yeah.
Scouts is saying fourth. So fourth reign.
I feel like they gave it to Sammy because they feel like they owed it to him because he did so much work, with the bloodline story. And then once that ended and him and Kevin had the tag belts, they didn't do a good job of keeping their momentum up. And and both of them just fizzled the fuck out. So I felt like
they should have won last year. Honestly, they should have won last year.
I feel like they gave it to him to try to boost him back up, but it really isn't doing what they wanted it to. But fun fact, Gunther held that title for 666 days.
Yeah.
Funny enough. I just hope, because he is going to take a little bit of time off, I would like to see a gimmick change. Or maybe not like a full change, but sort of an adjustment, kind of get him away from Imperium and kind of do something a little different. Because when they go to Germany, they cannot use the Imperium gimmick in Germany.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Because we all know what it is.
Yeah.
But to me, I don't think they need to get rid of Imperium. I think that his whole thing, you can't be that type of heel character and not have your henchmen. Like, to me, I think oh, go ahead. I think that they kind of elevate him, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that the fact that they're smaller guys too, like it makes it kind of like J&J security type deal. Like, I think that they add, and to me, like I love Gunther, but as a character, I don't think he has that presence because of just how great he is in the ring. But all the other stuff, the comedy, the stuff that brings people in, that's what Imperial provides for him. Right. So I think that it's always a good thing to have them. And they're fucking cannon fodder. So like shit, depending on what he moves on to next, they can take those L's, they can do that, and then he can abuse them like he has been and still keep that heel heat on him. Because there's no way that I think that Gunther works as a face in any way. Like just because the German shit, Imperium, hit everything about him. Like, so you kind of have to have those, I don't want to say heaters because they're not really heaters, but you got to have those logs for him to toss on the fire every once in a while to keep people fucking hating him.
Right.
No, I didn't necessarily mean like break them up, but kind of go like adjust the gimmick to where like they can use it internationally.
Yeah.
Let's not see more like, just European
the
like
SSR stuff.
Maybe more like just kind of like brawl, European brawlers or something. I don't know.
Right.
But Let's
Stay
not.
away from the bad guys from Indiana Jones gimmick, you know?
Right,
Yeah.
right. Make it kind of like a vague organized crime kind of
Right.
thing, but not really
Yes.
mafia.
There you
Yeah,
go. Like
I
Peaky
think they should
Blinders.
go back to the ring camp thing, like
Yeah.
you did, like on the Indies to begin with. Like,
right.
Yeah.
All right, Alex, Husky, it's back to you guys. Y'all got
All right.
one for me?
So I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room from this whole week, but I'm only going to touch on one part of it. The thing that honestly, besides people just like normalizing violence, is when the whole thing went down. They showed what happened at All In, and people making fun of Tony Khan because after watching the video, they're like, "How is he fearing for his life?" I don't understand how they didn't, and nobody was actually watching because.
Oh,
Well, oh, there he is.
But like he's behind, he was behind. Do you guys hear me this whole time?
Yeah,
Like,
you
okay.
just
Okay.
broke up for just a second.
Okay, because I saw like the thing kind of glitched out for a minute for me. Anyways, so Tony Khan's behind the monitors. They break them up, and Punk has all this like energy that he was just attacking somebody with, and then he goes in between the wall and the table, and that's where you see him go at Tony Khan. And then you see Chris Hero, and I don't know who the other guy is, pull him away, but like everyone's saying Tony Khan, that's a joke, blah blah blah. Like I don't understand. I don't think they fully I don't know if they just didn't care or whatever, but to me that's what kind of upset me. And I'm not like a Tony Khan stan at all. I'm just saying the situation because that guy's doesn't deal with those type of people in that sense of like people that are just going to be straight up brawling in front of him. I don't think he's ever seen something like that ever
I
in
think
person.
I don't mean to cut
know?
you out, but he has a soccer team and an NFL team. He's
Okay.
seen motherfuckers fight, bro. Like, I think that was just kind of like a smear thing for CM Punk. Like, nothing
Okay.
about that. I agree with you with the violence part, like him being a businessman and probably not being around that, probably up close.
yeah.
But my thing was like, I don't think that was a life thing. Like if CM Punk had like a glass bottle or a weapon or some shit, I can understand. But that was literally like two girls like smacking each other in the face. Like it wasn't like a knock. Nobody was bleeding. There was nobody knocked
Right.
out, and pretty much a lot of people was involved in it. Like I said, I think that a lot of that was the smear campaign, and they never thought because of the NDAs and shit, they didn't think they would ever have a chance to release that footage or talk about it. So it was always their story versus his.
Right.
And I think that, and like, I don't like same thing. Like, I don't want to say that he may have really felt that in the moment, but like, if you look at the fucking footage, like, come on, man, like nobody's life was in danger. They were only tangled up for a hot second, if that. Like, it was like, to me, like I said, I think that was just all more so a smear against CM Punk, which he deserved. You shouldn't fight anybody in your workplace, period.
Right.
Doesn't matter if it's sports or anything. Like, you hit a fucking coworker or an employee, you deserve to be fired. That's just
Right.
the brass tacks of it. But a life-threatening situation, that's a little hard for me to get behind. Plus, like I said, you own a soccer team. You can tell me all the crazy shit over there in those soccer arenas and things you've never seen anyone getting a brawl or a fight and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the part that always like threw me off with. And you on a football team too. People fight. They just had a fight in Jacksonville breakout practice last season when they went against the Patriots in a dual practice. So like, you've been around some stuff, bro. Like,
Right.
chill
Well,
with the
what-
life-threatening shit.
But what I'm saying is like I don't think it was seeing the fight, is Punk coming at him
Yeah,
like
I agree
with that same energy.
Yeah.
That's where I think that came. Like to me, that's where I think that came
Like I
from.
said,
And
I think he probably did feel that in the moment. That's what I'm
right.
saying.
Oh, 100%. I
But I
feel
wouldn't
that too.
express that out to everybody to make it look like that.
Right.
Like I said, I think that was more of a thing towards
To add
kinda,
right to their narrative, to the narrative of
to their narrative. Right.
Got you.
I don't know, like I can understand why he was afraid. I mean, like, yeah, he's been around like football players and stuff like that, but like Punk's a fighter. Like he's not just a wrestler, like he was also a shitty UFC fighter.
Right.
But he's still a fighter, and without there being sound, like, yeah, the fight doesn't look that bad, but like the level of aggression in their voices may have been like something completely different, and then like somebody just
like I
all
said,
of a
I agree
sudden-
with that, like in the moment, but like I wouldn't have put that out there
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because it
Yeah.
made everybody look bad.
Right.
There was no way
Right.
that was going to come back once the footage came out. Because it's either
Right.
going to make you look like a pussy, or like I said, like it did, it made CM Punk look like a crazy fucking postal employee that just snapped on everybody backstage. So either way, it was a lose-lose situation with him coming out and publicly saying that.
Right.
No.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Husky. Land a plane, brother. Bring us home.
Thank God Alex brought up the footage thing. I was like, I don't want to be that guy. And close it out with all right, let's we got all the fun stuff out of the way. But I never in a million years would have thought I would have seen Tama Tonga in a WWE ring.
That's pretty dope.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't
That's
watch
pretty
it
dope.
live, and I'm kicking myself in the ass for not watching it live because I tuned into the PW60 group chat, and Bree, shout out to Bree, she was at the show in Detroit and was like, "Oh my God, he's here!" And I saw a picture. I'm like, "Oh my God, Tama Tonga's in a WWE ring. This is the craziest shit I've ever seen. That's awesome." And to me, I'm gonna be that dude. It made the Bloodline story interesting again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tama who? Oh yeah.
Tama who.
Oh yeah.
I would have rather seen Jacob, but Tom is a good second place.
I think that's coming.
I think it is too.
That's coming soon.
And he kept like when he attacked Jimmy, it felt like he was like kept that hard hitting style, like those kicks to the face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure he after the show, he's like, "Bro, like, come on."
He probably told him ahead of time. He's like, "Look, man, I worked in Japan for 13 years. I'm gonna fuck you up. And I don't mean to.
You know who my daddy is?
But some of these are gonna be live rounds. I'm just saying."
I'm gonna hit you hard.
Their family shit, like he probably enjoyed it. Honestly, he's probably like, "Lay me the fuck out. Give it to me."
Seriously, lay me out.
Because who else is gonna do that to them besides one of their own family members? You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Exactly.
Mine has nothing to do with wrestling, but I think it's lame in 2024 that not every game is cross-platform. I think we're well past the point that it shouldn't matter. You talk about tribalism in wrestling. I think we are well past the point tribalism in gamings. It shouldn't matter that I play on a PlayStation and Bo's on an Xbox and RN plays on a Switch and Husky's on a PC. If we're all playing one game online, we should all be able to play against each other online in 2024. The fact that games aren't cross-platform right now is ridiculous. And just simply put, they're missing money. They're shooting themselves in the foot. Whatever you want to look at, make it cross-platform. It's 2024. What's up, Hill and Face Podcast? He is Haku's son. You should expect some potatoes. And Tommy is saying, say it louder for the people in the back. He agrees. Cross-platform games.
100%.
Right. And my thing is like it would make more people buy it if they knew that, like you said, because I do have an Xbox. And most of my friends, like if they had more cross-platform games, it would make us buy more games to play together.
If I had friends,
I'm forever an Xbox person. I'm never going to switch to PlayStation ever.
I'm a PlayStation. She's an Xbox. There are certain games we can't play because they're not cross-platform.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's lame. I don't want to make the switch. She doesn't want to make the switch. Don't make us. It's 2024. Like,
you're just leaving money on the table.
Yeah.
Just exclusive games for systems, to me, has always been ass anyway. Like you cut your knees from under you. Like that makes no damn sense. Like you would double your sales for all those games that sell fucking billion copies. You'd sell 2 billion copies if they were available on the other systems, you jackasses.
Come on, man. Like, exactly.
If people are spending the $600 to buy an Xbox just to play Halo, imagine if you could do it and everybody on PlayStation had a chance to play it. You
that's
know?
what I'm saying. That's easily billions of dollars of one fucking release. Easily.
Mm-hmm.
Make crossplay games great again. All right, this one. We're going to do it a round robin. All right. I want to know what you guys thought was your match of the week. What was the best match you saw wrestled? Since we didn't run on Sunday night, me and Bo did do a WrestleMania recap. You guys can go to WrestleMania for your match of the week if you guys want to. It doesn't have to be post WrestleMania since we didn't see anybody last week. Like y'all can go back to WrestleMania if needed. But what was your match of the week?
Who goes first?
I'd like to go last in this round robin because I didn't really have a match that stuck out.
Mine, I'll go first, and I'm just going to say it because when I did my WrestleMania recap, I said my match of the week. I shouted out Becky and Rhea, and I shouted out Cody and Roman, okay, being my match of the week. I'm Tommy's saying Sammy Gunther, Scals is saying Roman Cody. I was going to say Roman Cody again, but I'm not going to change it. I'm going to say Jimmy and Jay from night 2. Or was
Really?
that? No, it was night 1.
Night 1, yeah.
Yeah, night 1. Sorry.
So the moment was a lot better than the match.
I think getting those two together, and think of this as a lot of people think of WrestleMania as like the season finale. It's been a year of wrestling. WrestleMania is the blow off of all of this. This is literally the first time these guys have ever touched. Now think about in a year when we get the second match.
Yeah.
Or, we're 2 years out and we're getting the rubber match and it's match 3 and people are like, think about how good the trilogy is. This wasn't a one and done series. This would be like looking at a World Series and judging it off of game 1. You know what I mean? And I didn't necessarily feel this way until I went back and I rewatched it. Al asked me, she was like, how many times are you going to rewatch WrestleMania? And rewatching it, there were a couple matches that were sleepers for match of the weekend. Sammy and Gunther for sure was one of them. But I think Jimmy and Jay, Bo's right. It's more of the moment, and it's more of what we're going to get because we got match 1. So there you go. All right, Bo wants to go last, so one of the 4 of you got to pick.
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick something kind of off kilter because clearly it was Roman Cody. Like everybody knows that, so I'm just gonna take that off the board because that's
1A, 1B kind of thing, right?
Right. But I'm gonna go with it was actually a GCW for the culture as the resident token black guy on the panel and most of the shows I'm on.
And we love you for it. It's either you or Reek.
Right. It's the annual show they do for like to kind of prop up black professional wrestlers and stuff. And to me, it was a match. The opening match, it was AJ Francis and his crew versus Myron Reed and his crew. And it was literally the definition of get your shit in. Like, dude, it was fucking ridiculous. And AJ Francis, big ass, like, shout out to the Black Wrestling Podcast. They were front row and almost got killed by AJ.
Just wonton off the top rope.
Yeah, the fucking security had to like fucking like, y'all gotta move. Y'all gotta move.
That clip was wild, dude.
Yeah.
Well, the main event of that event, Suge versus Alex Kane.
Yeah.
For I can never remember the name of the title, and I apologize, so I'm not going to butcher it. It's the African Pro Wrestling title, or it's something similar to that. I can't remember the name.
I'm pretty sure.
Correct. But it was Suge versus Alex Kane, and they beat the piss out of each other in that main event. That show from beginning to end was one of the sleepers for best show of the collective because of how well booked and well put together it was. So I completely
to me,
agree
like it gives me pause for the cause, and like I'm looking forward that now there's actually people that look like me and that are like me. Because like some people get confused with just because you see a black wrestler on TV, like they're not always for the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like now, just a lot of these guys that I see, I know they look like me, they talk like me, they dress like me, they act like me when they're not in the square circle. Like so, like it's finally a dope feeling to see people that really are myself on the screen, and to see other podcasts and things like that. To where like, because I'm gonna say it might make I'm a real nigga. Like sometimes, like it's great to see that on the screen sometimes that I don't normally get to see in WWE. Finally get to see it a little bit with Swerve and becoming comfortable and being more of himself. But like, the Ashe, and then like I said, the GCW for the culture every year. Like, it's finally like I'm almost 40 years old. Like, it's fucking amazing to see my culture displayed on the wrestling landscape, which is something I never have seen in my entire life. Like all my favorite wrestlers are white. You know what I'm saying? Triple H got the tattoo of it and everything. Like, so like it's dope seeing people like me on the screen.
I like the fact that in podcasting, and this is going to sound minuscule, but I've been doing it long enough now to see a gap in the 4 years that we've been doing Botched Spots, where people are making lists and you're seeing more people of color pop up on greatest of all time or greatest champions or, you know, the hottest free agents. And before, even 4 or 5 years ago, it would be 5 white dudes for every person of color. And now You know, there's people on every major list: tag team, singles wrestlers, women, and otherwise.
Shout out to Jay Bougie too, our guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Dude,
shout out
I
to Jay.
fucking love Jay Bougie. He's one of
Yes.
the OGs for Botched Spots. I love
Yes,
that.
exactly.
So,
I think
yeah.
I was on a couple shows with Jay.
Yeah, you were. You did. That was one of our first ones when we did it
Yeah.
back in February a few years ago. Me, you, him, PJ Savage,
Yep,
the Mount
yep.
Rushmores of people of color. That was a great episode, dude.
It was.
You know, PJ and Bougie had that huge rivalry. Now they
Yeah.
got major heat now. Major
I'm
heat.
with it.
Husky, Alex.
I'm gonna stick with the collective. Shayna Baszler, Masha Slamovich.
Hell yeah. AJ put that in the chat, dude.
They beat the dog shit out of each other. That was crazy. I
That's
was
my-
not expecting that. And seeing
Shayna's my
Zoe
favorite
Stark out there
women's
was
wrestler of all
cool.
time.
Yeah.
Who?
Shayna's
one?
my favorite
Shayna?
wrestler, women's
Yeah.
wrestler of all time.
She's my favorite in WWE, 100%. Hands down.
Them low-key dropping Charlie Dempsey on us. Just
Oh,
him
dude,
showing
that
up.
was wild too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, out of the shows that I saw from the collective, Bloodsport was my favorite. Like, 100%. Like, it's been my favorite show ever since, I think it was 2 years ago, the Ninja Mac one,
Yeah.
where he does that, like, anime kick and kills that guy.
Yes.
I was like, okay, that was the first match of the card. I'm like, all right, I need to watch this. It was like, it's like that, Effie's Big Gay Brunch, the Sammy Callahan show. It's not a part of the collective, but Sammy's
The Wrestling Revolver.
Spring break.
the Wrestling
Yeah.
Revolver show.
Oh,
yeah,
Wrestling-
Joey Janela's Spring Break's always awesome too.
Wrestling
Yeah,
Revolver comes here and
before
all.
the culture show looked crazy. I saw some clips from it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go back and actually watch that. It looked
Wrestling Revolver's Sammy, because he's from Ohio, so like I've been to a few of their shows here. I actually met Matt Riddle and Ray Phoenix at a couple of
Nice.
Wrestling Revolver shows.
Hell yeah. They put on a banger. I like listening to you guys bring up people, and I was jokingly patting myself on the back, but I hear and love when I hear you guys putting over guys that have been on our show as up and coming independent acts. Ninja Mac. Love fucking Ninja Mac, dude. I had
Oh,
him when
yeah.
he was still over in Noah before he broke over into GCW. Love the fact that you bring him up because he is a rock star in the ring. Jay
incredible.
Bougie, Alex Kane, so many of these guys have been on the show as independent talents, and now people are talking about them, and that makes my independent wrestling heart happy.
I'm an
Al?
indie guy at heart, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. I love the fact that I picked a WrestleMania match, and so far everybody else has picked indie matches, which just makes me so happy.
I need to get my High Spots account back so I can watch more indie shit.
I am going to pick something from WrestleMania because it's been a busy week and that's really the only thing I watched. I'm going to pick, I'm going to call them what I'm going to call them. I'm going to pick the Almighty Prophets versus Emo Carrying Cross and Friends.
Emo carrying cross.
That was the most sports entertaining match on Sunday.
Listen,
Uh-huh.
I love a match with tables and ladders and all the things. It's like, I'm here for it. And I think that they did a really good job. I mean, they did have like a brief little oopsie, but they fixed it. They recovered. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that like that match was perfectly placed. It was a nice, like, fun breather match, having
Palette
Bubba
cleanser.
Ray be the ref was amazing. Snoop on commentary, like it was just like a good, like, feel good kind of match.
Not to mention Snoop was drunk as hell.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
he
it was
was.
going crazy.
Fuck
He was
that.
drunk.
Oh,
he
God.
forgot everything he was supposed to. He turned into a real fucking fan. Like,
He's like,
This
"Oh,
is my
shit,
kind of
look out."
town.
oh shit, look at him.
Everything's green.
He was drunk as shit. That shit was so hilarious.
Oh god, it was so funny.
Good call, Alison.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
All right. Wrapped around to you, Alex, then Bo.
Alrighty, so I didn't get to watch much either this week. I've just been busy. So I'm also going to pick a Mania match, and mainly because of nostalgia. It's Bailey versus Io. I watched
Yeah.
Bailey like in NXT. I went to a lot of NXT shows because I live in South Florida, so going to Orlando wasn't that big of a stretch for us. It's like 2 or 3 hour drive. I've been to I was there when like a lot of stuff was went on during the Black and Gold days. So, but yeah, like Bailey being in that match, finally getting her WrestleMania moment, and not only that, we got the old school "Hey Bailey" chant going on too.
Yeah.
Like I literally I kind of teared up because it brought me back to the NXT days. I was like, oh my god, I don't think I've heard this in forever. I think the last time I might have heard this is maybe her versus Sasha. I can't even remember the last time I heard that chant.
Well, before the heel turn.
Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, that's true. But yeah, it's just I absolutely just love that she finally got her moment, and that match was and it was a great match too. My wife doesn't really watch WWE that much. She'll sit and watch AEW. Now and then it just depends on who's on the screen. There's certain wrestlers she's likes, like Wardlow for some reason, and some of the other guys. And of course she's somehow Roman Reigns fan now. But anyway, but yeah, no, she watched the match with me, and she was sitting there she was kind of like, oh my god, this is fantastic. I was like, right, Bailey is amazing, and she finally got her due.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that made me very happy that she won the title. I was like, it was time. It was time. And seeing her as a face again, I'm like, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I loved her heel stuff, but give me babyface Bailey one more time, please. That's where my heart lies.
And I get why they wanted to do it, just to get her out of that whole the wacky inflatable wave arm waving guys, and the whole that thing. But maybe she stayed heel too long. But it's nice to see her back as a face, and and just stay away from that gimmick again, please.
I will say though, at Mania, if the inflatable tube guys came out, I would have cried on camera.
I think everyone would have popped.
I would have cried on camera.
Yeah.
All right, Bo, it's your turn now.
Right. I got this. This is my 2.0 for the week, and I have 2 reasons. One, because I get to shout out my mama, and 2, it's because I just think he's really cool. But Braun Breaker versus Cameron Grimes.
And the reason, just dog walk him in seconds.
He mollywop the shit out of him. But as Mr. Will and Miss Allison know, my mama was in Atlanta. And coincidentally, I just found this out. My cousin went to Kennesaw State Owls. So did Braun Breaker. So I now have a bucket list, and I have one of their Fighting Owl shirts that I need to get Braun Breaker to sign.
Let's go.
That'll be cool.
KSU is literally 5 minutes from our parents' house.
That's where my aunt lives, near there.
Your aunt lives with my parents?
Yeah. She doesn't live in Atlanta. She lives right on the outskirts of it, kind of thing. But you just call it Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, Allison. You know.
No, I know.
She knows.
That's cool.
She knows.
Nice.
That was like when I found out Bray Wyatt went to Troy University and played on their football team at the same time I was at Middle Tennessee. So unintentionally, I watched Bray Wyatt play college football without realizing it.
That's crazy.
What a weird coincidence, right?
That's wild.
All right.